He has a great job. He's rich, handsome. He's stable, responsible. Like, oh, what a loser. You know?
What?
It's like, you know, it's just so. It's kind of like, this is how it is. Like, what a loser. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel where we eat foreign food and talk about overseas lifestyle. Today I got Yucy here with me. And babe, what are we eating today?
Today we're gonna eat something. It's called 口水鸡.
口水鸡.
Yeah.
That's like saliva chicken for like you who don't know Chinese. Like 口水 is saliva, so
Yeah, right.
I guess gonna leave our saliva dripping or something.
Yeah, maybe because it's spicy. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And we'll also get into today's topic. Recently, there's been a lot of talk in the media these days about the actor Michael B. Jordan. Like, he got called corny recently, and like this is like an interesting thing that's been popping up because it is so different than what a guy would experience over here. Like Michael B. Jordan, like we've seen him before. Like he's like a really famous actor. He's really handsome, good looking, but for some reason, like his style is just like he's like too responsible, or some people don't find it attractive. Like recently he was in like the media because like a girl that he went to school with, like I guess she bullied him when he was in school. So like now she's interviewing him on the red carpet, and like, you know, you can tell just by the video, a lot of you probably saw it, he's like really upset and angry about it. So it just kind of is really interesting story. It's like this kind of revenge story. Like he was like a nerd in school, and now he's like a famous actor, and like the person who bullied him is interviewing him. So a lot of us maybe experienced the same thing in high school. So tell me, like, did you ever see like have experience with any bullying, or like when you were a kid, like did people try to make fun of you or something?
No.
No?
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, like, you know, like, yeah, like okay, bullying is like super common in like American schools. Like bullying is just like something that happens to a lot of people.
To every person?
Not every person, because like there are going to be some people who are the bullies, but it's like a lot of people, they just, you know, they experience this where they get picked on for whatever reason. So I guess Michael Jordan, he was just like Michael B. Jordan, he was just one of those types of kids who, before he got famous, he was also bullied. Like, the interesting thing about Michael B. Jordan is that, like, I had no idea he was a sex symbol until like a few years ago when I think the Black Panther movie came out, and I just saw like so many girls posting about him. And I think like he has a good look, but I never thought, like, based off what I know about American women, I just never imagine that someone like Michael B. Jordan, like, he's like the guy that women are like, you know, kind of thirsty over. But like, you know, because like, okay, recently they say he's like a responsible guy. Like some women say, oh, he's too responsible. He's like corny. Okay, corny. Do you know what do you think corny means?
I think I heard it before. I think you said it, and it kind of means he's a loser.
Yeah, so like if someone is corny, it's like they're kind of out of date, out of style. Like their way of doing things just it doesn't match with the way things are done today. So I guess like when a girl calls someone corny, it means like
he's out of date.
Yeah, like maybe he was attractive like 40 years ago or something, but his style just isn't attractive now. And the interesting thing about this is that Michael B. Jordan, he's like handsome, rich, and successful. So for him to be called corny is like, you know, what's going on here? Like, what types of guys do you think are cool? So it's just something very different than like what we experience over here.
Here, people want you to be responsible. I mean, girls want you to be responsible for them.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How can a man be responsible for a woman?
Hey, babe. You're so busy these days. What you been up to?
Well, that's a great question, babe. You know, corny guy like me, I like to stay busy. And for the guys who pre-ordered, we started mailing out the TravaLux toiletry bags. So right now, we're still in the early bird launch phase. We still got a lot more work to do. So pre-orders are still open. We're still allowing pre-orders. So go to luxologylifestyle.com, pre-order the bag, guys. We're shipping these things out. I can't wait to see you traveling with it.
Yeah, pre-order now.
Yeah. Like, how can a man be responsible for a woman?
Like, take care of her and be responsible for what you're doing. Let the girl know that you care about her.
Okay.
Yeah. Let
her know that you care about her. Okay, so that's very different than what we're hearing in the West, where like, you know, being too responsible and caring, that gets you, you know, you're kind of like a loser, but, you know, so that's something interesting. It's a big cultural difference.
You like it?
Yeah. Mine didn't have any bones in it.
You're lucky. It would be better if it doesn't have bones.
No.
And my dad can do it better.
He used to say her dad is really good at cooking his kosher. Okay, so the thing about this guy is that he's like rich, handsome, hasn't been to jail, I don't think, and he's like pretty stable. Like he has a good job. Like he's a very consistent actor. So there are some women who think, oh, he's so boring. Like, you know, there are women who they kind of want like a dangerous guy who's, you know, maybe more exciting. So someone who's like too responsible, he just wouldn't be attractive to them.
Okay, so what kind of dangerous things do American girls like?
Okay, so like dangerous things that American girls like. If you kind of look like, maybe not a criminal, but like it seems like depending on the girl, like there are actually women out there who, if you like kind of, if you have been to jail or you kind of seem like the kind of guy who does like illegal stuff, that can be like considered attractive to some women. So it's like if you're like the bad boy, like you kind of, you know, you do illegal things, and but it's, you know, it's just something that exciting about you that they like. Certain women like. I can't say if it's every American woman, but it definitely seems like this whole bad boy thing. This is like in Western culture because guys who do illegal activities are not considered attractive overseas, really, unless you're like super successful from it, like millions or billions. But even then, it's like some women won't want to be involved with you.
I suddenly thought of that. Maybe in China we have that kind of thing. Like in teenagers, maybe they like that kind of bad boys, but they don't do illegal stuff. They just kind of have bad behaviors. So that only happen in teenagers. But if you're adults, so I don't think that's gonna happen to you.
Okay, yeah. So like maybe it's cute like when you're a kid, but like honestly, I've been teaching like university students, and like I don't ever see like that kind of thing. Like the guy who's like the girls want to be with, he's usually like he dresses good. Maybe he comes from a good family. He's a top student. This is like the complete opposite. Like guys who are like top students in America, like they get called corny and losers. So that's just how a big cultural difference, y'all. Okay, like so a guy who's like he's like a criminal and he does illegal stuff. Do you think like a foreign girl would find that kind of guy attractive?
Definitely no.
How come? Why not? Isn't it like fun and exciting? Date a guy?
Not exciting.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. It's just we might be like afraid of him.
Oh.
Yeah, because in here it's like violence behaviors are a big thing. If you were a criminal before, if you hurt other people before, then girls would think, oh, you are bad people. What if you hurt me, or like what if you kill me or kill my parents, something like that.
Yeah, see, this is a big difference because like over here people are kind of risk averse. Like they don't want to take risk, unnecessary risk. While in America, it's like a woman will date a guy who's like dangerous and risky because it's exciting. Like
just because it's exciting?
Because there's like no downside really. Like the way that America is set up is like it gives women incentive to like you don't have your life, you know, with or without a man, your life is gonna be okay. So for example, like a woman, she could date a guy who's like dangerous, and like maybe if he gets her pregnant, he abandons her. But then like, you know, she can always go to the court, get child support. Maybe the government can provide assistance. Basically, there's enough that can protect the woman in case if she makes a bad decision, to where like she can date a guy who's like kind of, you know, he's like a bad guy, and like she, you know, should be okay because like, you know, in America, the kind of place where a woman can be like a single mother and you'll still be, you know, you can survive. You're not going to starve. And that's very different than other countries where women know that their life will be better if you have a good, stable man in your life. And that's just different than America because women are like, hey, I don't need a man. And actually in America, maybe they don't. Like the way that American society is set up, like an American woman might not need a man. And that's just very different than most societies in the world where men and women are supposed to work together. So.
Did you eat those bones?
I haven't got any bones yet. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm lucky. Or maybe I'm eating the bones.
Maybe you eat too fast and you don't even notice.
Yeah, so like overseas, guys that are like responsible, stable, they have a good job. Those are the kind of guys that women want to be with. Like those guys get all the beautiful women. But like in America, it's like a woman will see a guy like that and he's like, oh, he has a great job, he's rich, handsome, he's stable, responsible. Like, oh, what a loser. You know?
What?
It's like, you know, it's just so, it's kind of like, this is how it is. Like, what a loser. Why would a girl want to date like a guy who's like kind of smart, responsible, maybe he's a little bit boring, but he's like very stable. Like, why would a girl want to date that kind of guy?
So first of all, I think people want stable relationship, and it's good to have a person that cares about you when you need help. Yeah, I think every person needs that, right? And if the guy is smart, then maybe he can make a lot of money, and maybe he can like show you a lot of good stuff you don't know.
Yeah, he can make money legally. That's the thing. But I heard, like, you know, if you're too legal, there are women who just get turned on by like the fact of dating a bad boy, like, you know, doing illegal stuff. But really, it's like so different over here. Like, you kind of want to be boring and stable. Okay, so like a lot of guys in the States, they might do some kind of like illegal stuff or some kind of criminal activity because they think it makes them look cool in front of women. Like, when I was a kid in school, being smart was like not cool. So it's like some guys might pretend to be a thug or like, you know, be a tough guy even though they're not one. And that's super common, especially in the black community.
Did you do that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Like, when I was a kid, like, I hung out with like the thugs. I did it for a little while. Like, I didn't do it for like a long while. I tried it for like a few months, just hanging out with like the cool guys, like, you know, the gang bangers and all this stuff. Like, I hung out with those guys and I learned a lot, but it's like...
What kind of things did you do?
You know, you just hang out. They spend time chasing girls and like doing gang activity. Like, really just so silly. Like, you know, like I never really understood like the gang culture, but like that's like a big thing in like the black community, like certain parts of the black community where guys want to be like a gangbanger. So like they wear red and, you know...
Red?
Yeah, like that's like a gang color. But it's like... We really didn't do anything. It's just like, it's kind of like the aura. Like, it's like when you hang out with those kind of guys, they have like a kind of vibe to them that's like dangerous. And I think that just attracts certain types of women. So I think that's the thing. Like, it just had that kind of vibe where you're like that bad boy vibe. You don't even have to really do anything illegal. You just have to seem like the kind of guy who's not afraid to do something illegal. And that, you know, that turns on certain types of women. But I just realized... I was like, I'm too smart for this. I'm too smart to be like doing dumb stuff and trying to be a thug. But, you know, there are some guys who they're really good at being a thug, so they do that, and that's how they get women. So, yeah, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, like. So basically, y'all, like, if you already got the point, like the kind of guys that are called like corny in America, those are the kind of guys that a lot of foreign women want to be with. So, like, if you're, you know, kind of a corny guy, like, you know, I think I'm kind of corny. I'm definitely considered corny. If Michael B. Jordan is considered corny, I'm definitely considered corny in America. Like, me, definitely. I'm definitely a corny guy. So, for you guys who are also corny, you know, you can take your talents overseas and you'll probably get a lot more options from women than you do in the States. So yeah, like, you know, I think corny guys, I think it's cool to be corny and kind of a nerd. Like corny guys are winning. Like, you know, the gangsters and the thugs, they're going to jail and they're getting like, you know, all kind of crazy life sentences. And, you know, the nerds like me, like we were traveling overseas, you know, got beautiful girlfriend, you know. But I think, you know, our life is pretty good. So I think if you're a corny guy, like, just come overseas and you're going to see your life is way better. So yeah.
Come and have a better life.
Yeah, definitely, y'all. Got to do it. That's it today. You know, thanks so much for coming, y'all. I'm glad you came to listen to us talk and watch us eat this this saliva chicken. So yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks you guys. If you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.